Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator Rome, where we are currently building roads! And also, we definitely need to get ourselves an invention here. Yes, we won that siege. We will come back to that in just a moment because we need a martial advance here. Heavy infantry discipline is really good for us. We are pretty heavily invested in heavy infantry. Supply limit is also tremendous for us. Both of those are really good, and we want both of them. There's so much in here that we want. I think I'm going to go for fighting season for right now. We'll take that supply limit, and we'll call that good. Now, we won the siege up here. This was, of course, our mercs that were fighting this, and we will go ahead and take Carpetania. Excellent. We'll ditch AE here. I feel like that's almost always the best option. We'll disband these mercs. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and switch these guys straight on over to cultural assimilation. Perfect. Now the next question is, when are we going to have our next rebellion? 12 months, apparently. Okay, we'll take some gold, and we'll gain some tribal influx and get some tax out of it. Sure. Hiram Badona was murdered. Okay. So that, of course, means that the Gizgo and the Badona are currently in need of jobs. And a Gizgo is actually the most qualified here. Perfect. So put him in. The Gizgo are still considered scorned, unfortunately, and they're the weaker of the two families, but that's okay. That is completely fine. Now we should expect Nucarian revolt. Okay. We should expect that Rome is probably going to attack us, but they've been remarkably quiet and like losing land. I feel like they're having their own aggressive expansion issues right now. So we're going to make use of that. We are, of course, integrating a whole lot of locations, and that is okay. I'm not sure if that'll grant us AE or not, but hey, civic advances, PopCap, and global monthly food modifier. Sure, we will happily take that. Do we want standardized measures, import value? I'm not too keen on that, although going down this tax tree would be nice. There's no doubt about that, but I'm much more interested, I think, in pop growth. Slaves needed for surplus is good. We'll go ahead and take that. Slaves needed for surplus, -1. And then we'll be able to get into overseers for national slave output, I suppose. So this guy is the governor of Italia, and he is apparently committing treason. The province would lose 66 loyalty. It's currently at 100, and it is Sardinia, which is gaining loyalty right now. But it might not be with that governor corruption. The debt of treason must be paid in blood. Now this is only Sardinia Australis, which would of course be this down here. That's actually at 100, and that is gaining. So we'll go ahead and take him out of there, and it's still gaining, so that should be perfect. We can put in a Gizgo, Hanid, or Badonid, and a Hanid is the most qualified, but I believe this is the guy we just fired. Correct? Let's see here. Is this guy we just fired? No, I don't think it is. So put him in. Maybe it is the guy we just fired. And if so, that's awkward. Oh, I'm selecting him. I'm not actually putting him in. That would do the trick, wouldn't it? Okay, perfect. So we'll put that guy in there. Wonderful. If it is the same guy, I honestly don't care. So that'll be fine. Celtiberia Septentrionalis, huh? Okay, that's these guys up here. And they're currently declining at a low rate, but that's okay. We'll be able to hire these mercs, or maybe just let our troops deal with it. We are currently doing cultural assimilation, and it's going to take some time for that to, of course, happen. But that's okay. We're letting our AE drop right now. Integration of Leptis Minor. We could gain some popularity. We just can't take in anyone, you know. Fantastic. So that is this one that was taken, or rather, integrated. Excellent. The aims of Democrats have been realized. Okay, sure. That wasn't necessarily the intention, but that's fine. We're going to continue these guys building the road along the coast for right now. And we're just going to go all the way along here. Now, this is not going to be the final status of this road, but I just want to get the road going all the way along our very long North African coast here so that we can respond with some measure of speed. But we're going to have to do a lot more roads over here. Now, we can go down to this location and look at these guys. That is a big force of barbs compared to our Italian army, which is normally the ones that I would like to use to go after them. Can we enlarge our Italian army at all? No, not currently. Okay, fair enough. So I guess in that case, we will have to hire these mercs. We will go ahead and put them on unit reorg until they get down to around here. That does, of course, double their cost. But that is something that we will just have to accept. Because I don't want to lose as much civilization value as these guys will destroy. It's a lot, to be sure. Considering civilization growth does not go up very much at all. And they destroy 13. Or they destroyed 13 there, anyway. We can't take in just anyone. We'll take the popularity. Excellent. And this is going well. Tripolitania we still need a little bit more opinion with. Same with Emporia. But that is completely fine. Hello, Rome. You're, not looking so good. Is this new? Interesting. I don't remember if this is new or not. This might be not new. This is still going on, though. Yeah, Rome is definitely having some issues. And I'm okay with this. So in terms of our missions, of course, we're working on a Tale of Four Cities right now, and then we'll go for Emporium of Tripoli. The Wicked Sisters, we would need to own Mesua and Kirkoane. That's fine. Where is that? Mesua is up here. Okay, yeah, that's integrating these guys. We are, I think, working on this, right? Are we increasing opinion with them? Political influence. Local population happiness and setting a religion to Canaanite. Yeah, we'll take that. Okay. Yeah, these guys are currently feudatories, and we definitely want to improve opinion with both of them. I was under the impression that we were. It was only one of them. Okay, that's fine. Fantastic. We're no longer importing spices. Sure. I can't help but notice these guys have missed the mercs. And they weren't actually on unit reorg. Or rather, they've missed the barbs. Okay, well, we're going to head up there, and that should not be a particularly large issue for us. They're pretty small now, and then we'll just get rid of these mercs as soon as we can. So that will be absolutely fine, and we'll get all of this under control. We are getting close to integrating these three, and I believe once that happens, we can finish up a mission, but not all of the missions. We'll receive a holding and 10 loyalty. This would be the party agenda achieved from oligarchs. I guess we'll do it, but I'm not super happy about it. Okay, we no longer need these mercs, so we will no longer pay for them. Excellent. And we are, of course, constructing a very extensive road system. We've got a ways to go on that. I would be interested in bringing this navy down over here and moving this moving this army over to Iberia. We don't quite have enough units there to be able to build a road, which I'm a little sad about, but it's, I guess, okay. Now, I did want to check the road situation. That's our current trade imports. Do roads only cause movement speed of our troops, or do they upgrade something to do with our economy as well? They should do both, but I don't actually know that they do. In fact, I'm not seeing anything in here indicating the current road situation. So it may just be a speed increase. But it feels like there used to be an economic benefit to building roads as well. I'm not entirely sure about that. Well, this is in the province up here, of course. It would be in the settlement. And it wouldn't be any of that. So the settlement here, territory rank, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It might also be that you need a particular level of population in order to start getting those benefits. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time, and this patch has changed so much. Okay, so we just had our Martial researcher die, and ideally we put in a Gizgo or a Badona. This Badona is actually not terrible, so we'll put him in. Excellent. Now it's only the Gizgo who are considered scorned. We will happily take that. So these guys are, of course, building their road all along North Africa, and that'll be fine. And we'll eventually start hooking up some of these inland locations as well. These guys are leading a war of independence. This is not shocking. We're going to hire these mercs, and we're going to put them onto unit reorg as soon as we can, but we're going to start them moving up over this way. Now, I do want to pause here, and we'll take the cash. I want to make sure that we're going around this way, like so. There we go. That way we won't be black flagged, and we can start getting our morale. Okay, so we need to not be moving to go on unit reorg. That makes sense because you could cheese that, move most of the way, and then go on unit reorg, and then take the month tick, and then take it off. You know? You could cheese that to negate that. So that's fine. I'm not too concerned. We're going to just allow this to happen. We shouldn't have any real issues with it. Our roads are coming together nicely. Always nice to see. And we are building additional farming settlements, of course. We're going to get our integration in over here quite soon. That is fantastic. I'm a little bit surprised that Rome hasn't declared on us. I truly am. Their stability is really low and going down. Okay, I guess that explains a lot. We can't take in just anyone. Some people died. Yeah, we need governor in Mauritania. And this will need to be a Gizgo, ideally. We'll put this guy in. Okay. And then we need an oratory researcher. And for that, it can be anybody, so we'll put in the guy who is most qualified. Sounds good. So we are, of course, making progress here, and these guys, I'm going to go ahead and embark them, and we're going to take them up over here. Now, we're not actually going to use them up here. This is not a thing that is going to happen, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and take off unit reorg, and we're going to fight these guys. Apparently, that triggered our allies to stop their siege, which I'm not okay with in the slightest. We stack wiped these guys. Perfect. That is fine. So we're not likely to have a rebellion for a while. That's good to see. That is, in fact, very good to see. We're not going to take anybody in. We're going to take the popularity. And that, of course, does mean that we're going to be able to complete a Tale of Four Cities, giving us province commerce plus 10% in this province. Sure. And, of course, we're working on Emporium of Tripoli and Wicked Sisters. We'll need to integrate all of this, which we are currently working on, and we'll need to integrate all of this, which we're currently working on. As far as the Massilian Menace goes, we actually need to be able to colonize these locations, I believe, before we can complete that. Yeah. So that's going to be something that'll be a little bit interesting to do. This one, we would need Tebessa to have a city status. Tebessa. Okay, so we need to upgrade this to a city. It currently does not have a city status. Yup. So we go into the settlement here. Revoke city status. No, we need to found a city. Okay, that should be fine. They produce wine. We don't really care too much about that. We'll be able to do that once we have the gold, which will be in just a couple of months here. So that is something that we'll definitely do. We are currently in religion map mode. Let's pop back into political. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think we'll get started on that just as soon as we can. Plundering going on over here. That's rude. Very, very rude. Are these guys on Destroy Pirates? Yes, they are, but they're not doing a very good job of it. Okay. That is fine. So we will now go ahead and found a city here in Tebessa, as the mission requires. Excellent. So that'll take some time, but we have 3 of these missions underway now. And the next question is, what else do we need? We actually have basically everything on the coast of Africa, except we need the Mauritanian Revolt. Okay, we can do that, and then the Libyan Empire is just complete everything here. Sure. We'll go ahead and immediately begin working on fabricating a claim on the Mauritanian Revolt, then. Excellent. So that is all underway, and we are, of course, in the meantime, still building our roads over here. Are we not? We appear to have stopped building roads, and I think that's because we ran out of cash. We're going to have to turn around and come back. I'm pretty sure it pulled us off of building roads because we spent all of our money on Tebessa. That's definitely something that I'll have to keep in mind in the future. But I guess, okay. We'll come on back over here. We'll backtrack a bit and get it underway. No problem. And we'll just have to keep that in mind. Make sure that we keep, you know, like 10 in the treasury in order to keep our roads constructing. No real concerns about that. Oh, that's interesting. The black dotted line in Atlas mode that you can see all the way out here. I like that. That's a nice little feature. That is very, very nice. Yeah, I like the Atlas map mode quite a lot. The thing that I don't like about it, in comparison, is... Well, actually, never mind. It feels flatter. Yeah, it does feel a little flatter, especially out here, but that doesn't actually matter. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and go back onto road construction. No longer has Roman roads. So is this a bug, or what? Or did we have access to road construction because of something that these guys that we integrated had? I don't know. Apparently we no longer can build roads. Well, we got some roads built anyway. So that's something. Not as many as I would have hoped, to be sure. Yeah, it seems to be gone. I'm not sure what was giving us the ability to build roads, and I'm not sure what was taken away. The only thing I can imagine is that it was one of our guys down here that we integrated. Huh. Well, we'll see if it comes back, I suppose, and see if we can isolate what's causing that. In the meantime, Tripolitania should definitely be integrated, as should Emporia. So we will begin integrating these guys. We want to be in influence actions. Why can't we? There are feudatory, so we should be able to. It was because I didn't have them selected. Wow, I'm a moron. We already knew that, of course, but even so, that's kind of nuts. So I guess if we can't build roads, we may as well move these guys down over here, and then embark these guys and move them on over this way, in preparation for fighting the Mauritanian Revolt. Okay, sounds good to me. We are, of course, integrating all of this over here, so this will give us a good amount of land. We are capped on our manpower right now. We may want to consider raising additional legions, although I am seeing that we can actually increase the size of this legion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this. Let's see, we're currently a combat width of around... Let me think here. It's 6 plus 4, so we're a combat width of 10. Okay, I think we're going to grab a cohort of engineers, and then we're actually going to grab two supply trains here. And I'm interested in seeing what that does. Before we commit to that last troop, I'm interested in seeing what that does to our actual supply usage here. Okay, so we're a weight of 25 right now, is our supply weight. Okay. So I'm interested in seeing what this actually is. Supply limit of 20. So we actually want to hang out here for now. Okay. So that'll be fine. This means that Food storage of plus 50. And food wait, these guys consume food, and this just gives us extra food storage? It doesn't do anything with our supply limit. Okay, that's really good to know, and ends up meaning that I'm not actually sure that we care. We'll go ahead and put these guys down. Apparently we destroyed this city, which I'm not necessarily okay with. But I guess it'll have to do. So yeah, if all these guys do is give us 50 food storage, yeah, that's a fair amount of food storage. Our cap is 60 out of 145, so our normal cap would be 45 food. That is a lot of food. That would allow us to move through low attrition areas without taking attrition for a while. I think we'll leave this as is. Yeah, I think we'll leave this as is, but I am going to... Oh, we're now down to out of 17, and that's out of 7. Okay. So we'll leave it as is for now. Sounds good to me. It's definitely a different way to handle that. Under traditional Paradox game systems, it would just reduce the supply limit. But fair enough, it kind of makes more sense that it works this way. Okay, so we now have access to a religious advance here. Ruler popularity gain is nice. Divine sacrifice cost 2. That's all very nice. Integrated culture happiness is good, but unintegrated is what we're more upset about right now. National population growth, on the other hand, I want to get that early on, as early as we possibly can. We'll happily take that. Hiram Hanid is now in charge. Okay. That is perfectly fine. We're doing very, very well right now. And we've got these integrations underway. We are, of course, working on multiple missions right now. And as soon as the Mauritanian Revolt is under our control, things will be great. Now, I'm looking at this and thinking, why exactly is this legion here? I don't think it needs to be. We're going to bring it up over here instead, and then it can attack straight down here while these guys attack over here. And that would give us access to almost everything. There is, I believe, a fort here. Yeah, that's the zone of control of a fortress. So yeah, that would be a fort. That's not a problem, though. We'll go ahead and build ourselves a farming settlement up here. Excellent. Out of curiosity, can we build roads now? No, we can't. Okay, I'm not super shocked by this. I'm going to hold us here where we're going to work on building up our food supplies while we wait on our CB. Hello, pause menu. I did not mean to pull you up. Excellent. These guys, on the other hand, they can move directly down here. They're doing fine on their supplies. They're not going to have a ton of food in store, but they don't actually need it. This will fall extremely quickly. So yeah, I'm reasonably content with everything that's happening here. It's going to take us a while to integrate Emporia and Tripolitania. Those are going to be some pretty big integrations there. But the Mauritanian Revolt, we are going to be able to declare war on it imminently. So that's great. I'm going to give this another month tick here. That'll bring us up to, what, 133 thereabouts? Okay. The Mauryan Civil War has ended. Yeah, that's 133 exactly. We have a claim over here. I'm going to wait one more month tick. Just because I want to max out our food in our Saba of Africa. And this should get it... Yeah, this should max it. Excellent. If the unit would be taking attrition, it would use 3.10 food each month. Yeah, that's exactly how I assumed that worked. So we're going to move them down over here, and then once they're in position, we'll declare this war. And Rome will probably declare on us soon, except that they seem to be having their own issues. Their stability is coming up a little bit, but even so, they are struggling, which is great for us. So we will go ahead and declare war on these guys. Are we going to call Turdetania? I don't think we need to. We'll go ahead and do this. Excellent. In we go. to there, and then their capital is over here. That's good to know. So we'll just attack this city here, and then we'll come up here, and then head for their capital. Fantastic. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will finish up this war. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.